champion. She has returned better than ever before. Alyssa Liu is the gold medalist.
This American girl just made history at the Winter Olympics 2026. The scoreboard changed and the arena froze for a second, then her name stayed on top. Alysa Liu delivered 2 clean programs under Olympic pressure and secured the gold medal in women's figure skating, marking a defining moment for Team USA on the sport's biggest stage. Alysa Liu won the women's singles gold medal at the Winter Olympics 2026. Her combined score from the short program and free skate placed her first overall after the final skater completed her routine. The judging panel confirmed the result under the International Skating Union scoring system. The women's singles event consists of 2 segments. The short program is performed first, and skaters must complete required elements, including jump combinations, spins, and step sequences. Scores from this segment determine placement going into the free skate. Liu's short program included clean triple jump elements and a successful jump combination. She avoided falls and under rotations. Judges awarded positive grades of execution on multiple elements, and her technical score and program component score placed her among the leaders heading into the free skate. The free skate carries higher technical value because it allows more jump elements. Skaters can attempt combinations that increase base value, and execution remains critical because falls or incomplete rotations reduce total score. In the free skate, Liu completed multiple triple jumps, including high-value combinations. She maintained control on landings and completed her spin elements at full rotation levels. Her step sequence received credit for difficulty and flow across the ice surface. Under International Skating Union scoring rules, each jump has a base value, and judges apply grades of execution that add or subtract points. Program components measure skating skills, transitions, performance, composition, and interpretation of music. Liu's final combined score exceeded the totals of the silver and bronze medalists. Her gold medal marks a major achievement for the United States in women's figure skating. Olympic titles in this event are limited and highly competitive, and the field in Milan included top-ranked skaters from multiple countries, each with strong technical content. Liu's path to the Winter Olympics 2026 was not linear. After competing at the Winter Olympics 2022, she stepped away from competitive skating and later returned to the sport and resumed training at the elite level. Her comeback required qualification through national and international competitions during the season spanning 2025 to 2026. To earn a spot on the U.S. Olympic team, Liu competed at the U.S. Figure Skating Championships. Selection criteria included placement scoring, consistency, and international readiness, and she secured one of the allocated Olympic positions for the United States. At the Winter Olympics 2026, the women's singles competition unfolded over multiple days. The short program narrowed the field, and the top competitors advanced into the final group for the free skate. Liu entered the free skate in medal contention based on her earlier score. When she completed her final element in the free skate, there were no visible major errors, and her total score appeared on the screen moments later, placing her into first position. The remaining competitors were unable to surpass her total. The medal ceremony followed official confirmation, and Liu stood on the highest podium position as the United States national anthem was played. The silver and bronze medalists joined her on the podium, completing the awards presentation. This victory adds to the United States' legacy in Olympic figure skating. Past American champions have defined eras of the sport, and Liu's 2026 gold extends that record into a new Olympic cycle. Her performance was built on technical execution. Clean jump landings prevent deductions, and strong edge control increases component scores, while spin levels require precise positions and full rotations to receive maximum value, and Liu met those criteria during both segments. The women's singles event remains one of the most viewed competitions at the Winter Olympics, and global broadcast coverage focused on the final group of skaters, while audience attendance in Milan filled the arena during the medal. Deciding performances. Liu's return to elite skating required rebuilding competitive endurance because figure skating programs last several minutes and demand sustained focus. Training cycles include choreography, development, jump repetition, and conditioning sessions, which prepare athletes for Olympic-level intensity. The Olympic stage adds another layer of pressure because scores are final and there are no second attempts, and a single fall can shift medal standings. Yet Liu avoided major errors during the decisive free skate. Her gold medal also contributes to the overall medal count for the United States at the Winter Olympics 2026, and each medal impacts national standings across winter sports disciplines. The judging panel included international officials certified under International Skating Union. Standards and scores were displayed in real time after each segment, with final standings determined by total combined points. Liu's earlier Olympic experience in 2022 provided familiarity with the format and environment. However, her 2026 performance resulted in a higher placement and the top podium position. The women's singles competition in Milan featured a mix of veteran skaters and younger athletes, and technical difficulty has increased over recent Olympic cycles, while clean execution remains decisive when multiple athletes attempt similar jump layouts. When the final competitor's score appeared and did not exceed Liu's total, the result became official and applause filled the arena as cameras focused on the top three finishers. Alysa Liu's gold medal at the Winter Olympics 2026 stands as a confirmed result recorded in Olympic history, and her combined scores from the short program and free skate secured first place and on the Olympic ice in Milan. This American girl made history.
Team USA shocked Canada in the Olympic gold medal game. The message was clear and it came through action, not words. In overtime at the 2026 Winter Olympics, one goal ended the rivalry battle and secured gold for the United States. The 2026 Winter Olympics women's ice hockey tournament concluded with the United States defeating Canada in overtime to win the gold medal. The game was played in Milan as part of the Milano-Cortina Olympic program. Regulation ended with both teams tied. Overtime followed under Olympic sudden death rules. The winning goal came in the extra period. Under Olympic format, the first team to score in overtime wins immediately. The United States converted its chance and secured the championship. Canada's attempt to defend its Olympic title ended at that moment. According to Reuters reporting on February 19, 2026, the United States beat Canada in overtime to capture gold. The report confirmed the final result and described the sudden death conclusion. The victory added another Olympic championship to the United States women's program. This final continued a long Olympic pattern. Since women's ice hockey was introduced at the Winter Games in 1998, only two nations have won gold, the United States and Canada. The 2026 final marked another direct meeting between them for the top medal. Both teams advanced to the championship game after winning their semifinal matchups. Throughout the tournament, the United States and Canada recorded strong offensive numbers in group play. Each team entered the final with multiple wins and limited losses. Regulation in the gold medal game remained tight. Both teams created scoring opportunities, but neither side built a decisive lead. Goaltenders from both nations made key saves to maintain the tie. Shots on goal were closely matched across 3 periods. Special teams did not create separation in regulation. Power play opportunities occurred for both sides, but defensive units and goaltenders prevented a breakthrough. The score remained even at the end of the 3rd period. Olympic overtime rules in the gold medal game allow continuous play until one team scores. The extra period increases pressure because a single mistake can determine the outcome. In this case, the United States scored first in overtime. The goal ended the game instantly. Players from Team USA gathered in celebration as the puck crossed the line. Canadian players regrouped near their goaltender. Officials confirmed the goal, and the contest concluded. Hilary Knight served as captain of the United States during the 2026 games. Reuters reported that Knight bowed out on a high note as the U.S. secured gold. She has competed in multiple Olympic tournaments during her career. The 2026 victory added another medal to her record. Canada entered the 2026 Olympics as the reigning champion from Beijing 2022. The loss in Milan prevented back-to-back Olympic gold medals. Canada has reached every Olympic gold medal game in women's hockey history. The United States also extended its record of Olympic final appearances. Every Olympic women's tournament has ended with either the United States or Canada winning gold. The 2026 result preserved that historical pattern. Throughout the 2026 tournament, both teams demonstrated balanced scoring. The United States generated offense from multiple lines. Canada relied on structured play and sustained offensive zone time. These strengths were visible in the final. The gold medal game drew global attention due to the rivalry. Broadcast coverage extended across North America and international markets. The Olympic schedule placed the final in a prominent viewing window. Defensive play shaped long stretches of the match. Players blocked shots and cleared rebounds to prevent second chances. Goaltenders tracked pucks through traffic and controlled rebounds during high-pressure moments. In overtime, space opened briefly during a transition sequence. The United States capitalized on that opportunity. The shot that entered the net concluded the tournament. Medal ceremonies followed immediately after the game. The United States received gold medals. Canada received silver. The Olympic protocol included national anthems and podium presentations. This game added another chapter to a rivalry that has spanned decades. Olympic finals between these two nations have occurred in 2002, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, and now 2026. Each meeting has determined the Olympic champion. Statistical summaries from the tournament show both teams ranked among leaders in goals scored and fewest goals allowed. Their paths to the final reflected consistent performance across group and knockout rounds. The overtime format heightened intensity in the final minutes. Each shift carried the potential to end the game. Defensive structure became critical as both teams limited risk. When the winning goal was scored, the bench reaction from Team USA was immediate. Players stepped onto the ice in celebration. Canadian players remained near their crease as officials reviewed and confirmed the result. The 2026 Winter Olympics women's ice hockey tournament concluded with the United States reclaiming gold. Canada secured silver after a tightly contested final. The result reinforces the competitive balance between the two programs. Since 1998, the Olympic gold medal in women's hockey has alternated between the United States and Canada. No other nation has captured the title. The sudden death finish in Milan will be recorded in Olympic archives as another overtime decision between the two countries. The 2026 final demonstrated once again that the margin between gold and silver can be a single shot. Canada just dropped a bombshell on Switzerland with a 5-1 win at the Olympics. 5 goals, full control, and through 2 games, they've allowed only 1. This wasn't just another victory, it felt like a message. If this pace continues, gold isn't far away. And Team USA just got put on notice. This was not a narrow win built on luck or one hot stretch. It was layered production from every part of the lineup. Canada showed depth, pace, and scoring from multiple stars. Connor McDavid led the charge offensively, finishing with a goal and 2 assists. Nathan MacKinnon matched that with a goal and 2 assists of his own. Cale Makar added 2 assists from the blue line. Macklin Celebrini contributed a goal and an assist. Sidney Crosby added a goal. 5 different goal scorers. Multiple players with multi-point games. That matters. When scoring comes from 5 different players in one Olympic game, it tells you something about structure and balance. Switzerland scored once. Canada responded with sustained offensive pressure and never let the game drift back to even terms. Canada has now scored 10 goals in 2 games. They have allowed only 1. That is a +9 goal differential through 2 preliminary matchups. Numbers like that shift tournament conversations quickly. This performance showed 3 clear elements. First, speed through the neutral zone. McDavid and MacKinnon consistently pushed transition play. Second, defensive support from the blue line. Makar's 2 assists came from involvement in offensive sequences while still maintaining structure. Third, scoring depth. Celebrini and Crosby both contributed without forcing plays. Switzerland's lone goal came during a power play sequence. After that, Canada tightened defensive coverage and did not allow another puck across the line. That shift in control defined strong tournament teams. Through 2 games, Canada has scored 5 goals in each. That consistency is significant. It means this is not a one-game surge. It reflects a pattern. Now here is where the wider impact begins. Team USA has also entered the tournament with strong performances, but Canada's statistical profile right now stands out. 10 goals for, 1 goal against. Multiple elite players already on the score sheet. That forces other contenders to adjust. Defensive pairings must account for multiple scoring threats. Goaltenders cannot focus on a single line. Special teams units cannot relax. If this pace continues, Canada will carry the strongest goal differential into the knockout stage. In short tournaments, goal differential influences seeding and matchups. A team that scores 5 goals per game while conceding almost none changes bracket dynamics. McDavid's three-point performance reinforces his impact as a play driver. McKinnon's matching output confirms that Canada's offensive threat is not isolated. Crosby adding to the score sheet brings experience into measurable production. Celebrini contributing at this level shows that youth is integrated, not sheltered. The distribution of points is critical. When multiple lines produce, fatigue becomes less of a factor. Ice time spreads naturally. Defensive matchups become harder for opponents to dictate. Canada's roster includes players with previous Olympic experience and Stanley Cup backgrounds. That experience shows in puck management and game control. There was no rush, no visible breakdown, no period where Switzerland seized momentum after its goal. The structure remained steady. Switzerland entered the game after a shutout win against France. Allowing 5 goals in this matchup reflects the difference in offensive depth they faced. Canada's ability to generate offense from defensemen and forwards creates layered pressure. For Team USA and other contenders, the message is clear in the numbers. Canada averages 5 goals per game. They concede 0.5 goals per game. That ratio matters in elimination rounds. If these trends hold, Canada positions itself as the statistical leader entering medal play. The scoring depth, the defensive suppression, and the balanced assist distribution all point to sustained performance rather than isolated bursts. There is also the psychological factor. A 5-1 win does not require late drama. It builds control early and extends separation. That kind of result influences how future opponents prepare. Video sessions will focus heavily on transition defense against McDavid and McKinnon. Coverage plans will shift toward limiting blue line activation from Makar. But limiting one element may expose another. That is the effect of depth. Through 2 games, Canada has placed 5 different goal scorers on the sheet in this matchup alone. Across the tournament so far, production has not relied on one line. That is measurable, repeatable output. The standings reflect 2 regulation wins. Maximum points secured so far. Goal differential at +9. Offensive leaders already climbing tournament stat charts. The Olympic format does not allow slow starts. Canada has not needed one. The pace is immediate. The efficiency is visible. The production is distributed. If the trajectory continues, the path toward the medal rounds becomes clearer. The numbers suggest momentum. The roster suggests sustainability. The scoreboard reads 5-1. And right now, across the tournament, especially in the United States locker room, those numbers are being studied very carefully.